Everybody, Patty Ann here today for a quick tutorial. Remember yesterday when I showed you where to get this really cute bumblebee for free, and it's freestanding lace, and in yesterday's video, which I'll link right above here, I showed you how to do freestanding lace, some tips on how to hoop it, what stabilizer to use, how you should change your bobbin up from its regular thread, and so on. Well, anyway, in that video in YouTube, I got this comment from Lynette, and she said, those are really cute. Wondering how we could be able to the black stripe in them if possible. So here it is. It's definitely possible. I haven't done the stitch out yet, but I'm assuming it's going to turn out just fine. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it, and hopefully one of you will stitch it out and see if it works just perfectly. So let's get started in Embrilliance. Okay, here's my little bee, and as you can see with the stitch simulator, it appears as though it's going to work out perfectly. It's going to do all this part of the bee, and then it's going to do the black stripes, and then the rest of the bee. So how did I do this? Let's check it out. I have a new page here. Actually, I'll go to Open, and I'm going to find that little bumblebee on here. He's in my Downloads folder. There he is. All right, I'm going to make him larger so we can see. And actually, the hoop is showing right now. In order to hide that hoop, I'm just going to hit the H on my keyboard, and that hides the hoop. So here's the bee right here, and I'm going to turn off 3D. So that shows the stitches, what it will look like in 3D when I toggle it off and on. So if you look over here in the Objects panel, there's just one object. So it's not like we can stop or we can delete anything and change it. We have to use the Stitch Simulator for this. So come up here to the Stitch Simulator, and actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to change the color of him to gold. I might as well make it easy on myself. So I clicked on this guy over here, and I came down here to where it says color, and I clicked on the color chip. And if I'm in palettes, the only color that shows up is black because that's the only thing that I've used so far. So I need to go to threads, and I'm going to go find a yellow color, a gold color. There you go, yellow. Okay. So now he's all in yellow. Hopefully you can see him well enough. So now what I'm going to do, let's make him a little bit darker. Let's make him a yellow-orange, so maybe he's a little bit better for you guys to see. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the Stitch Simulator by just dragging this box over until it gets to about where I think it needs to be. And I can see, and let's scroll a little further for you guys. I can see what it's doing. And I'm watching and watching until it gets to where I think it's going to start doing the lines that I want to make black. Okay, right there. You see that? Right there, those horizontal lines in his bottom part, his bee-butt. So I can use this back by one at a time. Okay, I'm going to change my mind one more time. I'm going to make that a darker yet color for you. Let's see. Let's make it this. Okay. All right, so let's start the simulator again. See how I did that? Just came to the color swatch and just chose a darker color for it and said okay, and it changes it to a color. So again, let's run the Stitch Simulator all the way into, oh, there they go. So I'm going with the back. Okay, so now I'm going to start using this. This button right here, the blue ones, they let you stitch one stitch at a time. You see how that's working? Let me scroll in. I'll hold down my space bar and my space bar. Move that up and scroll in so that you can see really where I'm working. So again, back to the Stitch Simulator and all the way. Okay, right here you can see it's starting to do the horizontal lines for the stripes. So I'm going to use the back arrow, the blue one. See how it's going back one stitch at a time? Till it gets to about right there. Then I'm going to say stop. And I'm going to change that color. And I guess right now what I'll do so you can see easily is I'll change it to orange. Now what that's going to do is it's going to change everything after the stop sign to orange. So here's where I put the stop sign. So this is going to remain this green color. This is going to turn to orange. Watch. Okay, when I say okay, see how that did that? So again, I'm going to go here until I get to the orange. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go all the way to the end of that striping. And I'm just pushing this little box. Okay, so I'm going to go back, back, back. Because if you can see, it's down here. And I want to go back until it's just finished that stripe, which is right there, I'd say. Let's see. Yep. So I'm going to go forward now. One, there. Okay, so now I'm going to say stop again. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it back to the green color that it was originally. So in order to not have to look through all these colors and try to find it, all I have to do is come to this where it says palettes, click on that, and it shows the two colors that are in my design right now. And I want to use this one, say okay. All right, so now as you can see, what we have here is the bumblebee made out of all black with orange stripes here. If I put the 3D on there, you can really see how that kind of works out. I could change this back to black. And I could change this back to black, but of course, as you probably know, it really doesn't matter what colors show up over here. It matters what you have in your machine. So let's run the stitch simulator this time using this black triangle over here that says play the design. And I'm going to speed it up for us by moving this little slider. So we're going to play. It's going to play. It's going to show us exactly how it's going to stitch out. When it gets to the orange, it's going to stop and allow us to change our color of thread. And I like how this final satin stitch goes over top of the orange in case there were any mistakes that were made or in case it wasn't totally locked off. So that's how easy it is to change the color of this. And of course, if you wanted to change it over here, do not change the order in which these are done because you really want this part to stitch out first and then the orange, okay? You want that next. And then you want this to go over top of the orange or the black. Let's just change it the way you wanted it to be. You wanted the whole or the whole bee to be yellow, I think. So I'll click on the top one and I'll make that a yellow. So it's not in my palette, so I'll have to go to threads and look for a yellow. There's yellow and say okay. And now this one, we can make this one black. Click on that. And I can actually type in the word black here, I think. Some of them work like that. Yep. Black. Say okay. And then for the final one, I want to make that the same orange color. And I don't want to have to scroll through all of these. So I can go to palettes, or not orange, the yellow, and say okay. And now there's our finished butterfly. How cute is that? Great, great, great idea. Thanks again, Lynette, for your wonderful question. Anybody else have questions? Leave them down below, below the YouTube videos, or even ask me in my email, teampattyN@gmail.com. I love trying to answer these questions for you guys. Don't forget, if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Still trying to get to 70,000. And also check out my links down below if you're in the market to get something, maybe even this freestanding lace butterfly. So again, thanks a lot. See you soon.